Good evening, YouTube. Hardball Crazy Comeback video. Today is a two-card mail day. Two pre-war cards. That is has tied to both are tied to Babe Ruth. One is a teammate. The other is a foe of Mr. Babe Ruth. You can tell by the title of this video. First is a Murderers Row rookie card. You're all familiar with the Murderers Row is the 27 Yankees, specifically the top 6 guys in the batting order of the Murderers Row. So that's Earl Combs, Mark Koenig, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Tony Lazzeri, and Bob Musial. The only one I did not have any sort of card represented in my collection is the number 2 guy, Mark Koenig, the shortstop. So I rectified that situation and I found his rookie card, or his first card, whatever you want to call it. Pre-war is kind of Wild Wild West of rookie cards. Use your discretion, but this is his first card listed on TCDB, Trading Card Database. This is W513, Mark Koenig, 1928 card. He debuted in 25, but this is his first card, blank back, of Mr. Mark Koenig. He was a starting shortstop in Murderers Row Yankees. He won 2 World Series in 27-28 by 1930 or so. He was gone, traded to Tigers, and after he left the Tigers, he bounced around a couple more teams. And couple quick tidbits on Mark Koenig here is that Ty Cobb in his last official at bat popped up to Mark Koenig, and he would say he officially retired Ty Cobb. A little kind of a cool trivia there. The second is, I think, is really cool trivia, is that if you're your baseball history uniform numbers, that original Yankees uniform numbers were the same as what they were batting in the batting order. So you knew that Babe Ruth batted 3, and his number was number 3, and Gehrig batted cleanup. He was number 4. Koenig batted second. Starting shortstop batted second. So Mark Koenig wore number 2. Shortstop number 2, Derek Jeter, of course. Jeter was the last shortstop to wear number 2. And Mark Koenig is actually the first Yankee shortstop ever to wear number 2. It's kind of a cool little factoid there if you want to have a little bar trivia or whatnot, something. So that's the first part of my mail day. My second part of my mail day is Babe Ruth's biggest nemesis. Yeah, and Babe Ruth always said, who's the one pitch? People ask, what's the one pitcher that he always had trouble with? And he always mentioned this gentleman here, George Yulee. Most notably played for the Cleveland, and he's here with the Tigers too. He played with the Tigers briefly. There's a couple other factoids with Yulee, and there's a little tied with Koenig here too. Yulee, this is a 33 Gaudy. A couple things note of Yulee also is that career-wise, he had exactly 200 career wins, which is the same as modern-day pitchers of like Tim Wakefield and Adam Wainwright. And he had a career WAR of 55.5, so which is pretty impressive. He was a workhorse pitcher, so he had a lot of lead the league in workhorse pitching stats, I guess you could say. Innings pitched, games started, batters faced, and hits allowed, and all type of stuff like that. He was a solid pitcher, but like I said, Babe Ruth, it did hit over 300 against Yulee, but Yulee only gave up 4 home runs to Mr. Ruth, and so Ruth always considered him his biggest nemesis. In terms of Mark Koenig, the story that while Yulee was pitching for Cleveland in a particular game in the 9th inning with 2 men on and 1 man out, Mark Koenig, George Yulee, of course we had a good history against Babe Ruth, intentionally walked Koenig to face Babe Ruth intentionally. Story goes is that Tris Speaker, the player manager at the time, was playing center field with Cleveland, and Yulee threw 2 balls, first 2 pitches outside to Koenig, and Speaker says, "Time! I'm coming in to talk to Yuli. So he gets to the mound, says, goes to Yuli, "What are you doing? Don't you see who's on the on deck circle?" And Yuli says, "I'd rather face. I can get. I'd rather face with a big guy. I can get him out." And he convinced him that to Speaker that okay, go for it. So on his way back, Speaker made kind of an announcement that all right, we're intentionally walking Babe Ruth, and Babe Ruth heard this, so he turned all mad and everything, and wanted to get extra amped up and intentionally walk Koenig and face Babe Ruth, and Babe Ruth ended up striking out to Yuli. And so after the game, Speaker went up to Yuli and says, "That was brilliant, but don't you ever do that again." And that's the story how he was intentionally walked. Koenig was intentionally walked to face Babe Ruth. A couple of other notes of George Yuli as a Tiger. There's one significant game against the Chicago White Sox. Hall of Famer Ted Lyons with a duel, and both Lyons and Yuli pitched 21 inning complete games, and the Tigers outlasted the White Sox in that game, 21 innings, and both Yuli and Lyons went the distance in that game, which is astonishing. Yuli is also credited for inventing the slider. And one other last Yuli tidbit is that we know that Wes Ferrell is the all-time home run leader amongst pitchers. Who has the highest batting average for pitchers only pitched? It's actually George Yuli here too. He batted in the 280s, like 286 or something. And so that's George Yuli. My pre-war mail day. Mark Koenig, 1928, W513, and a 33 Gaudi of George Yuli. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good night.